evening. I'm Rihanna Ostrike. Welcome to the Now Milwaukee. We begin with the weather. After a significant snowfall over the weekend, even more snow is falling right now. Storm Team 4, many of us now under a winter weather advisory. We begin our team coverage with meteorologist Maggie Glynn, who has been tracking the snow all day.
Thanks, Rihanna. Yeah, so we've had a lot of snow today. The roads have been pretty slick. The plows really haven't gotten out there yet. But yeah, it's going to be a cold rest of your Tuesday, and then we have another chance of snow tomorrow morning, and then again on Thursday, and you know what? It's just going to keep coming this weekend, so really just be prepared for snow.
A reminder, parking on the wrong side of the street tonight could cost you. This weekend, the city of Milwaukee issued thousands of tickets. DPW putting out the word that posted street signs take precedence in all areas of the cities. Boston Store's parent company preparing to file for bankruptcy. According to a report from the Milwaukee Business Journal, Bon-Ton Stores Incorporated has obtained a loan that will pave the way for the filing. The announcement follows the closure of several Boston stores across the country. Just in time for Lent, PETA unveiling billboards in Milwaukee urging Catholics to go vegan for the season. The billboards read, "I'm me, not meat. Go vegan for Lent." PETA says the goal is to encourage compassion for all God's creatures. Safety matters, and a big house fire during last night's episode of This Is Us has provided a powerful opportunity to talk about escaping a fire. Chardonnay Hunt joins us now in studio with steps you can take in case of a fire. Chardonnay, this is important.
Rihanna, it's very important. And today I spoke with the Milwaukee Fire Department about essential things you can do to help save your family. If you haven't seen last night's episode, we'd like to warn you there may be some spoiler alerts.
It was a dramatic scene. A fire on NBC's hit show This Is Us revealing one of the main characters' death. An emotional episode, but the National Fire Protection Association says the show does put a spotlight on fire safety, a topic many of us think little about until it's too late.
In Milwaukee, it's a requirement for all homes to have a working smoke alarm.
Milwaukee Fire Lieutenant Michael Ball says smoke alarms are the most important fire safety tool.
That's a big part of our fire prevention.
The Pearson family had a smoke alarm, but the NFPA says they needed to have a home escape plan.
Establish a meeting place. You need to have a meeting place that everybody knows where to go.
Smoke alarms are very important, but the Milwaukee Fire Department says when it comes to a fire safety plan, families should always have 2 ways out of each room. The first option should be using the door, but if that doesn't work, the second option, use a window. If you're on the second floor, get the firefighters' attention, wait for a ladder.
The biggest thing is get everybody out of the house, call 911, and get the fire department coming.
And lastly, never re-enter a burning building, a critical error Jack made last night.
It really is a big no-no. It's important to be outside, wait for the fire department after you call 911 when you get outside.
Also, it's very important to practice your fire escape plans. We do it all the time at school and work. Do it at home too.
From the Super Bowl halftime show to Milwaukee, Justin Timberlake is bringing his Man of the Woods tour to the new Bucks Arena on Friday, September 21st. Tickets for the show go on sale next Monday at 10 a.m. Trouble answering your phone? The glitch causing big problems for some iPhone users. And are states making bad deals with Amazon? Why million-dollar tax incentives might not be worth it.
Let's catch you up on the Now newsfeed. The dad of Otto Warmbier, the student who died last year after spending time in jail in North Korea, will attend the opening ceremony for the Olympics in South Korea. Fred Warmbier will be the vice president's special guest. He invited him to point out North Korea's human rights abuses. Your plane ticket could be getting more expensive soon. Airline executives say today that's because oil prices have gone up more than 50% since June. Oil is around 30% of an airline's cost. And scientists are turning the holograms from Star Wars into reality. They use the idea from the original movie to figure out how to project 3D images that appear and float in the air. It's different from a regular hologram because you can walk around the image and see it from every angle. A new push for a former Facebook and Google workers to make the company's products less addictive for kids. They're worried what things like Facebook are doing to kids' mental health. Half of teens feel addicted to their mobile devices, according to a report from the advocacy group Common Sense. Some unhappy iPhone 10 owners today, a bug is preventing some of them from answering calls. When it rings, the iPhone touchscreen doesn't light up right away. Some report delays of up to 10 seconds. Apple says it's looking into the problem. Cities around the country trying to win Amazon's new headquarters, but a new report suggests the incentives may not pay off. According to the Economic Policy Institute, Amazon has received about $1 billion in incentives for the 25 states with Amazon Fulfillment Center. 2 years after opening, the report shows no real increase in job rates. No pressure, but Valentine's Day is just over a week away. How much you'll likely spend on that significant other. In South Korea, feeling the chill ahead of the Winter Olympics, while the cold certainly won't slow down the competition, it does have one downside.
The Olympic torch getting closer to its final destination in Pyeongchang. Here it is in South Korea's highest city, one relay team member taking it on a zip line. The torch will arrive in Pyeongchang just in time for the opening ceremonies. Athletes, media, and spectators from around the world are already there. And as Gina Kim shows us, there's plenty to keep them busy.
With just days to go until the official start of the Winter Games, athletes from around the world are finally getting the chance to test drive their Olympics courses, including the 8-member U.S. freestyle ski moguls team, 7 of whom have never been to the Olympics.
I think it's very exciting, and it's also a major opportunity to be a part of the best team in the world.
But the athletes getting some of the most intense scrutiny are the Korean women's ice hockey players, who learned a couple of weeks ago that the North and South Koreans would play as a unified team, an Olympic first.
As cliche as it is, sports bring people together, and on our team, like, they're just players, you know. There's no North Korean or South Korean. They're all wearing the same jersey.
Meanwhile, workers are braving bitter cold temperatures around the clock to put the finishing touches on the Olympics venues.
The past few days have temperatures here dropped to as low as 2 degrees Fahrenheit. At the opening ceremonies, though, it'll warm up to a toasty 37 degrees.
This week, we'll see months of hard work finally pay off.
We prepare about 6 months for this Olympic, so we are all ready about Pyeongchang Olympic.
The competition begins before the opening ceremonies, with alpine skiing, curling, and ski jumping starting Thursday. Gina Kim, NBC News, Pyeongchang.
NBC's coverage of the 2018 Winter Olympics begin in just 3 days. You can catch it here on today's TMJ4. Check out this breathtaking view in China. You're looking at a 100-foot tall frozen waterfall. It's drawing lots of sightseers, some people walking for hours just to get a glimpse. And a music legend is sliding away from the spotlight. Why Paul Simon says his upcoming tour will be his last. And later, snacking like a lady. Why one chip maker thinks women need a chip of their own.
Let's catch you up on the Now newsfeed. Some Eagles players already say they plan to skip the traditional White House visit. That includes the players you see here. It's because of their feelings about President Trump. They didn't like his response to the protests by players this season. More than a dozen Russian athletes who thought they would go to the Winter Olympics are still banned. Today, the International Olympic Committee rejected their request, even though another group said last week there wasn't enough evidence to show they had broken doping rules. And Elon Musk is putting some unexpected cargo in his SpaceX rocket that's supposed to launch tomorrow. This Tesla Roadster will be on board. If the launch is successful, the car will pass by Mars. Music legend Paul Simon calling it quits. Simon saying his upcoming tour will be his last. The Hall of Fame singer-songwriter posted a message online Monday. In it, Simon says touring takes time away from his wife and family. Simon's farewell tour kicks off in May and includes 29 concerts across North America and Europe.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10. I was kicked out of the flight academy.
If you were watching the Super Bowl last night, you likely caught the teaser trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story. Out today, an extended version. The movie is set to hit theaters at the end of May. Valentine's Day, just over a week away now, and Americans are feeling the love. According to a survey from the National Retail Federation, Americans will spend $19.6 billion on our significant others. That's about $144 each. Coming up, a new type of Doritos may be in the works, but men, this one isn't for you.
Well, ladies, finally, a chip just for you. PepsiCo is reportedly developing Lady Doritos. The New York Times reporting they'll be less crunchy and leave less of that messy Doritos dust on your fingers.
You know, I have been waiting for a Doritos just for me. You know, I don't think I eat enough of those as it is. So now that they're going to be marketing towards us, can't wait.
Wow, women just have to have something.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight on The Now. The 10 o'clock news will be up next.
Thanks for joining us at 4:30. The news continues with Live at 5. Next, a local woman dead after this horrific hit-and-run crash. Tonight, a good Samaritan who tried to save her.
Chardonnay is supposed to be there. Start over.
Thanks for joining us at 4:30. The news continues with Live at 5.
Next, a local woman dead after this horrific hit-and-run crash. Tonight, a good Samaritan who tried to save her talks about the terrifying moments she witnessed. Live at 5 starts now.
Right now, from Milwaukee, this is today's TMJ4, Live at 5.
Right now at 5, it's a snowy ride home as a quick-hitting band of snow moves through southeast Wisconsin. This live picture coming to you from the today's TMJ4 Storm Chaser. Get used to the snow. It will be a familiar sight this week.
Right now, let's see how long this round will stick around. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Alicia Wilson is in our today's TMJ4 Storm Chaser here with the very latest on road conditions. Now here's a live look at the situation on the freeway system from the Department of Transportation cameras. Conditions, as Brian said, several more hours of snowfall before it's all over. Be prepared for the severe weather at all times. Just go to today's TMJ4.com for our live radar, interactive maps, and any other information you may need.
And right now at 5, witnesses on Milwaukee's south side describe the horrific sound and terrifying aftermath of a hit and run. A mother was killed, her child sent to the hospital. Brianna Ostrike spoke to a woman who worked to save their lives. She's live with that story.
We're about to show you the video of the crash captured on surveillance video. Everyone in this restaurant at the time saw it all firsthand through this window.
Watch at the top of your screen for a speeding dark pickup truck. Police say the driver could have been going 70 miles an hour during yesterday's snowstorm before losing control and making direct impact at this car in the opposite lane. You can see people ran out of La Canoa restaurant to help the woman driver trapped in her car, including waitress Natalie Lopez.
When I seen her leg, it was like to the side. It was just very, very horrible.
All she kept asking for was if her 13-year-old son was okay.
He looked at his mom and he was like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm okay, I'm okay." And that's when she started screaming out loud like she was in so much pain.
In the meantime, 4 people in the suspect's truck were captured getting out, one by one. You can see this man looked at the crash for some time before they all took off. Police are using this video now as evidence.
If it was me, doing that, I would stop. That could be my mom, my sister, my cousin.
Rescuers quickly took the woman to the hospital, but it was too late. Lopez now calls this woman her angel.
There was actually 2 kids sitting right there. They could have taken the impact. She honestly saved a lot of lives.
4 suspects in the truck ran from the crash. One woman turned herself into the police, but the search continues for the others. I'm Rihanna Ostreich, today's TMJ4.
Another sentencing today for former gymnastic doctor Larry Nassar. He was ordered to spend between 40 and 125 years in prison for sexually abusing patients at a gymnastics club in Michigan. More than 260 women and girls say Nassar violated them while he worked at Michigan State University and for USA Gymnastics. The Nassar case is on the minds of gymnastics professionals in Waukesha County. One gym is reviewing its policies to be safe. Rihanna Ostreich is here with the story.
More than 1,000 gymnasts are in and out of this facility in Brookfield each week. The Larry Nassar scandal is a reminder to all that safety must be priority 1.
It's a routine Monday at Wildcard Gymnastics. Co-owner Ben Grinning loves the sport. In the wake of the Larry Nassar scandal, he's making sure this gym remains safe.
Moving forward, I think that the big message needs to be strengthen your policies.
Policies that have already been changed here as a precaution. Gymnasts must sign out with a parent when they leave to make sure they're supervised even after practice. Right now, Grinning does not think the Nassar case is discouraging young girls from making the jump into gymnastics. He believes strong security procedures can help keep things that way.
There's a lot of good people in gymnastics, and when you get down to it, the people that are here for the right reasons will prevail.
Grinning says while it's here or at meets, all gymnasts and their parents are encouraged to always report any suspicious people or activities, just to be safe. I'm Rihanna Ostreich, today's TMJ4.
Thanks, Rihanna. Every gain the Dow Jones made since January is now gone. The Dow plunged more than 1,100 points today as stocks took the worst loss in 6.5 years. 2 days of steep losses have erased the market's gains from the start of this year and ended a period of record-setting calm for stocks. Here's a look now at the numbers at the close of the business day. The Dow down 1,175, and at one point it was down 1,600 points. Many experts reacted to the news, saying the Dow was overdue for a drop. The Nasdaq down 273, the S&P down 113. Much more on this story coming up at 5:30 on the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Concerned about the future of Milwaukee-based Bon-Ton Stories, the retailer has filed for bankruptcy protection. Bon-Ton has been hurt by online shopping. It's $1 billion in debt. That gives it less flexibility to invest in stores and online. The company will operate as usual during the restructuring. Our partners at the Milwaukee Business Journal reporting Foxconn will buy a 7-story office building from Northwestern Mutual. The building is near Van Buren in Wisconsin. In downtown Milwaukee, more details expected at a news conference tomorrow.
Well, in case you haven't heard, the star of last night's Super Bowl halftime show is coming to Milwaukee. Justin Timberlake is bringing his Man of the Woods tour to the new Bucks Arena on Friday, September 21st. Tickets for the show go on sale next Monday at 10 a.m. And it's shaping up to be a slow ride home for tens of thousands of commuters.
Here's a live look from the roads. We are watching conditions in southeast Wisconsin. Meteorologist Alicia Wilson is in the storm chaser. We'll get an update from her in just a bit.
Also ahead at 5, with the Winter Olympics just days away, meet a Marquette Golden Eagle with hopes of flying high in South Korea. Storm Team 4 and a live look at the freeway system on a snowy evening commute. Lots more snow to come before it's all over. We've got Alicia Wilson in the storm chaser and Brian Goddard tracking things in the Weather Center. Continuing coverage just ahead.
To the Winter Olympics, Team USA speed skater and Marquette University student Emery Lehman giving his school a shout out from South Korea. Lehman tweeted this pic on Saturday, which was National Marquette Day. Lehman is set to race in the 5,000 meters and the team pursuit at the Olympics.
Delaney Bry introduces you to this 21-year-old who's already an Olympic veteran.
Imagine having to put off graduating college in order to compete in the Olympics. Sounds like a no-brainer, right? And it was for Marquette Golden Eagle Emery Lehman, who will compete in his second Olympics.
I have a lot of friends at Marquette, a lot of friends in high school that, not to say it wouldn't be worth it, but it's nice to share the experience and for them to see all my hard work pay off.
Lehman may be one of the youngest skaters headed to Pyeongchang, but he is no rookie to the bright lights and big stage.
At a lot of these competitions, we kind of are always thinking about the next day and then the race, and you're always thinking one step ahead. So it's definitely tough to sit there in the moment and be like, okay, I'm at the Olympics, I'm doing this, I'm just got to enjoy it. So it's definitely tough, I think, to do that, but I have to really focus on relaxing, so I've got to try that out.
All jokes aside, Lehman has been representing the sport well. When he isn't training or studying, he coaches at a club in West Dallas.
I really like little kids. I like coaching whatever sport it is, and I really want to see the sport grow. To pass along my success the way Shawnee did to me. Hopefully, one day they'll be really good skaters and they'll pass it along.
Lehman was set to just skate in the team pursuit, but was granted a spot in the 5K 2 weeks before the opening ceremony, which will kick off at 5 p.m. February 9th.
Today's TMJ4 is your home for the Winter Olympics. Our coverage begins Thursday, just 3 days from now.
We're going back outside for a look at the roads this cold and snowy Monday.
Slow going for sure out there. This live picture coming from the roads, meteorologist Brian Goddard will be in the storm chaser with the latest on when the snow will end up coming next.
I guess it's safe to say that Super Bowl 52 lived up to all the hype last night. The Eagles, the last team standing after they upset the favorite Patriots in the biggest game of the year, 41-33. The Eagles and Patriots made NFL history yesterday when the two teams combined for the most total yards in an NFL game. Nick Foles became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw a touchdown pass and catch a touchdown in a Super Bowl when he made his grab in the second quarter. And how about the game that former Badger Corey Clement had last night? He caught 4 passes for 100 yards, which included this 22-yard touchdown catch in the third quarter. Here's Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles on the team's first ever Super Bowl win.
Just the play the last several weeks was just a team thing. We just kept working, kept game playing. I kept talking to Doug about what I liked, and he, him and all the coaching staff kept building it around what we were doing. And then it's a reflection on, the execution on the field and playing for one another, just like we have been all year. And, so in that, it wasn't necessarily me, it was everyone around me that did an amazing job. And, the outcome was, we were successful, and now we're world champions.
And it was a big weekend for former Packers guard Jerry Kramer, who finally got inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday night. A special night for a guy that failed to get in on 10 previous attempts.
I mentioned to Mr. Baker that being a Hall of Famer is the end of the trail. That's the most ultimate thing you can be as a professional football player. It's the top of the heap. It's the end of everything. He goes, no, Jerry, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of everything.
That's it for sports. We'll have more news after the break.
Tonight's Badger 5 jackpot is an estimated $37,000.
And coming up on the Now at 6:30, a dramatic storyline on This Is Us has people talking about fire safety. Tonight, the fire safety plan you may not have thought of. That's coming up on the Now.
Tonight's primetime lineup starts with The Wall at 7, then it's Better Late Than Never at 8, then at 9, meet the stars of Team USA on The Best of the US, the 2018 Winter Olympics. After that, we're back here with more local news on Live at 10.
Super Bowl was super exciting last night, but I think even more exciting is the fact that JT is coming to Milwaukee.
Definitely.
I was pretty excited about the commercials last night. My favorite with all the babies in the T-Mobile commercial.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So adorable.
Thanks for joining us on Live at 5.
The NBC Nightly News is next.